Coming up, I'm going to share with you my secret sauce for finding and making profitable apps. Stay tuned. What is up, App Nation? It is your boy, Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.com, the place you go when you want action-packed content in the app business. In this video, it is a snippet from an interview I did with Startup Circle. Check them out. It is startupcircle.co, where I share my process and my strategy of finding these app audits that I've been doing on the YouTube channel. And it's the same process that you can use to find and make highly profitable apps. The most important thing about being successful in the app business is really studying the top revenue generating apps and creating similar apps like that. And obviously using some of the ASO tricks that I've shared on the channel. So without further ado, let's get to this interview.
All right, Steve. So what's going on in your mind that other entrepreneurs, other marketers don't think about? What's your, secret sauce to growing applications? Tell us about the process.
There's a couple of different campaigns that I'll give you, but I think I want to start with market research, and it's so stinking important. A lot of the videos I do on YouTube, the one things that actually have a lot of views on are when I look at an app that's making like 100,000, 400,000 just to one today, or even $1 million, $2 million a month, right? So really look at the types of apps that are doing well in the App Store. And you can use a tool called App Annie and look at the top grossing charts or go under different categories and look at those. And then pick that app. So let's say you find one, and Flashtone was the one that I just saw today, but you can use another tool called Sensor Tower. Sensor Tower, you can get away with this for doing free, but you just look for Flashtone in Sensor Tower, pull up the app profile page, and Sensor Tower will give you the estimated revenue and downloads for the previous months. Okay. And that way you can kind of see which types of apps are doing really well in the App Store. Because a lot of times, I think people just starting to build their first app, they think they have this idea or this great idea, this unique idea. And I always laugh when people tell me this, like, oh, Steve, I got the most brilliant idea. It's so unique. I'm like, dude, I heard about this just last week, or somebody else is doing it. And so really study the app charts. If you want to make the app business fruitful. If you got a grander idea, then go ahead. You need to raise money and all that stuff. One of my favorite campaigns to do to growth hack downloads is make something that people would normally have to pay for and make it for free. So the traditional way is if you have a paid app, you make it free for a couple of days. You get press for it on a site called App Advice or BGR. So that's once again App Advice or BGR. And then you get tons of downloads, like a crap load of downloads. We've done anywhere from 100,000 to typically it's about tens of thousands of downloads. And then you obviously make it paid again. And for paid apps, you actually make more money because you hack the top charts, the top paid charts. And so you make extra revenue. Now for free apps, you have to make something that is generally paid for free. So it's either giving away virtual currency, if you're a game, a remove ads, in-app purchase. If you're a social network, it might be a little bit harder, but maybe any type of currency that you're giving away in the social network, just growth hack that. For productivity, if you're doing a subscription app, maybe giving 2 weeks away for free. So these are things where you give something away for free, you get press for it, and that can drive thousands of downloads in a couple of days.
Yeah, so you just, I guess, answered my follow-up question. You mentioned press, because my follow-up question was going to be, Steve, okay, creating, implementing those strategies, but how will people know about us, about the application? Because we all have many options. We all have many applications that we can use that probably serve the same purpose in different ways. But how do we get the first 100 or 1,000 to actually see our application help us build that network maybe and snowball effect?
I mean, that campaign that I just talked about, what I've called a free promotion or pay to free campaign is what I've traditionally called it. But that is relying on press because there are websites out there that cover these apps gone free campaigns. If you want just that first initial 100 downloads, well, you got to focus on App Store optimization, which is App Store SEO for the App Store. And so having the right keywords in your title, in your subtitle, in your description, that's going to really help you rank for those keywords. And generally how I've done it, just to make sure that you get them downloads, is find keywords that have good traffic below competition. And you can use that using the tools that I've mentioned. Sensor Tower is one of my favorites, mobileaction.co, another favorite of mine. But you put in keywords that you think your audience is going to be searching for to find your app, and you put it in these tools. These tools will give you the traffic scores and the competition. So you really want to find ones that have good traffic, so anywhere from like a 30 or above, and low competition that's about 70 and higher on Mobile Action. You got to find the right medium, and that's a great way of getting free organic downloads through the App Store itself.
When app creators or startup founders evaluate the best channel to focus on in terms of marketing, in general, Steve, how soon should they focus on App Store optimization, the SEO of applications? Do you think, it's a must-do since day one?
Yes, especially, it depends on the category. But if you're a game or a social network, might not be that important, because you got to think like, who's really searching for a Facebook out there, right? Unless you're Facebook itself, nobody's going to be like, what's the next, how do I connect with friends, right? Nobody's searching for that. And so if you're a game, it depends on the type of game. If you have a crossword game, logic puzzles, those make sense. But if you're like the next Crossy Road or a color switch, typically nobody's searching for your type of game. So probably not that important. But for everybody else, I would say day one, you got to have that on lockdown, because it is, although it's going to hit a ceiling, just like SEO, right? We'll hit a ceiling. Well, we're ranking for app marketing. Like, what else can we go after? You'll hit a ceiling, but at the same time, it's free organic downloads for you. Yeah. So if you don't have a lot of money for marketing, then you're going to need that to like drive all the initial downloads. All right, guys, that was it. If you want the full interview, go check out startupcircle.co, startupcircle.co. And if you guys want to get on a live coaching call with me, I'm actually doing it through Startup Circle. There's going to be a select few, a handful only, that are able to come. It is paid, but if you want to get access to it, go check out the link at the very bottom that I've put in there, and I can answer any of your questions live. I want to do more of these in the future, but I'm doing it with Startup Circle first because frankly, they asked. So I said yes. All right, guys, until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Peace. That way. It's the wrong way of saying peace. This is the right way of saying peace. Check out the top video if you want to check out 5 of my favorite growth hacks for app downloads. And check out the bottom video if you want to learn how do you find high traffic, low competition keywords.